Hey guys, Born Again here, and I'm just going to use Born Again considering it's still my channel and everything like that. So basically, in this little thing I'm about to do, this is my Avengers Infinity War pitch. Now, I wrote this about mid-2016, like summer of 2016, so it may not be as good as you might think it's going to be, or it may not be as good as my Nightwing pitch or my Spider-Man 2 pitch, but just bear with me on this, and I think we can have some fun here. Things may not make sense, and if they don't, I'm very sorry, because this is kind of an old pitch of mine, and some things may be a little wonky because I may not have understood something that I understand now, or something along those lines. And basically, I would just like to give a lot of credits to Comic Book Cast. I'm sure you guys already know who he is, Armin. He does videos like this. And me and him kind of had the same idea on how about how Avengers Infinity War could go. So basically, I just want everyone to know out there that I wrote this last year, and Armin and I have like the same idea about how Infinity War could go. And he did mention it in one of his newer videos. I'm not saying I did it first. Like, I'm sure he probably knew about this or probably had the idea probably before me. I just wrote this last year, so this is basically how we basically have like kind of like the same pitch, or we have the same ending at least, to how the movie's gonna go out. So this is my Avengers Infinity War pitch. Let's get right into it. First off, I'd like to say that my movie is 4 hours and 53 minutes long. They're definitely not gonna make it that long. It's probably gonna be like 3 hours or something like that. Mainly because I don't think you could squeeze this pitch into a 3-hour film. So, basically, let's get on with the pitch. Okay, so the movie starts out with a huge fight with Thanos. We see every single Marvel hero that we've seen, starting with the first Iron Man, fighting Thanos. And what I mean by first Iron Man is, we see every Marvel hero that's been in the cinematic universe in any movie since the first Iron Man movie. We see everyone is fighting Thanos. We then hear Tony Stark narrating this scene, as we hear him say something like, "How did it come to this, you might ask?" Well, let's start from the beginning. I'm sorry, that was my phone. Fuck off, phone. He basically says, how did it come to this, you might ask? Well, let's start from the beginning. The very, very beginning. So I might be breathing heavy in this too, because, again, I have asthma, so sorry about that. So, we then see Tony Stark sitting at his desk in the Avengers facility before that fight at the beginning of the film. But with Thanos, that was just like a little opening scene to get you ready for the film. So we see him at his desk in the Avengers facility. He is being confronted by an army of soldiers as well as Thunderbolt Ross. Ross tells Tony that he is responsible for letting Captain America kill everyone in the facility and letting his friends go, and points a gun at Tony's head. Thor appears through a portal in the back alongside Bruce Banner, played by Mark Ruffalo. Thor tells Ross to put down the gun and get away from Tony, or bad things will happen. See how cheesy this is? This is an old pitch of mine, so sorry if it's cheesy or cornball. It's an old pitch. It's something I wrote when I was much, much younger. Not much younger, like a year younger, but still, just deal with it, please. I know it's corny. Just, come on, let's get through this. So anyway, Ross tells Thor he's under arrest and says he needs Bruce Banner for some research, considering they're kind of old acquaintances. Not acquaintances, but they know each other. So Thor resists arrest and kills all the soldiers with his hammer. Tony gets up from his chair and just sits and watches on the floor and with his legs crossed, and the cringe. This is so cringy. He's drinking his apple juice and smiling and laughing as Thor defeats all the soldiers. This is so fucking cringy, I'm sorry. So after all the drama happens, Ross runs away outside as he's about to enter his helicopter, but notices a laboratory. He enters the laboratory near the Avengers Tower, and he sees DNA with from a bunch of the Avengers. Tony Stark's blood, Captain America's super soldier serum, Bruce Banner's DNA, etc., etc., etc. Ross finds a syringe and adds Hulk's blood to the syringe, and then injects the blood from Bruce into his neck as he falls to the ground and collapses. This is fucking cringy. I told you. If it's bad, I'm sorry. I'm not even going to mention it anymore. If it's corny, just keep it to yourself, and maybe even comment if it's cringy, even though I already know it is. Tony asks Thor and Banner where have they been, and then he explains the stuff that happened in Civil War. When they explain, Tony explains that him and Captain America are at odds still, blah 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 blah, and they're not speaking to each other. Thor says that they need to become friends again because dark forces are upon them. So Tony chooses not to believe this, and not to believe Thor, and goes on his own way. Tony goes his own way. We then cut to a shot of Queens, New York, as we see Peter Parker swinging around in his suit that Iron Man gave him, called the Iron Spider. Now this, again, I wrote this before Spider-Man Homecoming came out, so spoilers for Spider-Man Homecoming again, spoiler alert. He does get the Iron Spider suit at the end of the movie, but he turns it down. So I guess in this pitch of mine, he accepts it later on, realizing that he might need it. So as his spider senses set off, he sees a fight going on in an alleyway. He goes to investigate as one of the bad guys turns into Spider-Man, and then he runs down the alley and Peter takes out the others. Spider-Man then says no one can turn into someone else, that's just physically impossible. How did he do that? Peter catches the burglar as he turns into Loki, then turns into Thor, and then turns into a police officer, and then realizes that there is a purple button on his belt. He smashes it, and the man turns into the chameleon and is arrested. Peter gets a call from Tony and is told to meet him at the Avengers Tower. He tells Peter that he's working on a new suit and needs Peter to help him build it. Peter agrees, and the two then talk about how Thor says there is dark forces upon them. Peter also chooses not to believe it as well. Tony then gets a red alert on his phone, saying that there is something large heading towards Earth. Tony uses his special sunglasses, oh fuck, this is cringy, to see what is coming, and sees nothing. He then says some stupid funny joke and says his glasses are overreacting. We then cut to Thor, who is walking outside through the forest with Bruce Banner. They both look around to see that a lot has changed since they've been to Earth. Thor then says that he is having a major headache and falls to the grass. Bruce tries to help him up, but Thor pushes him off and throws him deeper into the forest. As Bruce is airborne from being thrown, he transforms into the Hulk mid-air as he is in the air, and it is a very cool shot. This is just me kidding out, like me being a little kid on Christmas, getting excited about the fucking Avengers. So anyway, where was I? Thor sees visions of something bad. He sees what he believes is the future. A purple man standing on a pile of bodies before his vision ends. A pile of dead bodies before his vision ends. Hold on, I'm trying to find where I just fucking lost it. What the fuck? I just lost it. Did I find it? Okay. Before his vision ends, and Hulk kicks him into the Avengers Tower. Thor grabs his hammer and throws it as Hulk is knocked into a tree. Thor leaps towards the green beast as he throws a punch, and Hulk catches it. The two men fight as Tony and Peter run out to stop the fight. Thor has another vision that shows all of the colored Infinity Stones and Thanos with his golden glove. Thor falls again as they help him up and take him to the infirmary. Tony tells Vision to get a hold of Captain America and his team, including Falcon, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Ant-Man, and Scarlet Witch. Tony tells them to tell America to get ready and come to Avengers headquarters immediately. The team argue with Vision, but they end up coming anyway in the end. Once they show up, Tony has everyone sit in the conference room, including his paralyzed friend, Colonel James Rhodes. They talk about how Thor's visions may be coming true, and there might be a bigger threat on its way. We then cut to outer space as we see Thanos sitting on his golden throne as they are on a giant meteor approaching Earth. His throne is on a meteor. I just lost that again. Okay, Loki appears on the rock and bows to Thanos and offers him his service. Thanos denies and says he will not need it, but Loki stays anyway. Thanos then says he will tell everyone in the galaxy, including the humans on Earth, that he will bring the day of reckoning and kill everyone on Earth if he doesn't get all the Infinity Gems. So yes, in my pitch, he basically does a Voldemort. Remember how in Deathly Hallows Part 2, Voldemort gets in everyone's minds and starts talking to everyone? He says the same stuff in everyone's mind. Basically, Thanos does that to everyone on Earth. and basically says, he sends a message to all the people of Earth and everyone in the galaxy. We see every hero that has ever been in a Marvel film, as well as random citizens. He tells everyone on Earth and everyone in the galaxy. We see all the Avengers. We see the Guardians of the Galaxy for the first time in the movie. We see Daredevil, Punisher, Black Panther, and every other Marvel hero. Thanos tells everyone that he will enter Earth and will be there for one purpose only, which is to get all the colored Infinity Gems so he can eradicate all human life to oppress his lover, Lady Death. So basically what he's wanting is he's wanting all the Infinity Gems, or else he will basically destroy everyone on Earth. And he's basically going to kill everyone on Earth when he gets his Infinity Gems, but he's not going to tell anyone about it. He's not telling anyone that he's going to do that. He just says he's going to get all the gems and then leave. He's not going to harm anything. But if he doesn't get them, he's going to destroy Earth. He travels to the planet Xandar from Guardians of the Galaxy, you know Xandar, and destroys the entire planet. We see him kill shit everywhere. He takes out all the guards. He takes out the Nova Corps. He kills everyone and then kills Nova Prime, played by Glenn Close. He then goes to the armory and steals the purple gem and puts it into his glove, saying 1 down, 5 to go. We see Nick Fury has gathered every hero in the Marvel Universe and is sitting down with them, talking to them about all of them. He's talking to all of them in the Avengers Tower. He creates a plan to stop the alien Thanos and stop him from destroying Earth. Everyone agrees as we see Iron Man and Captain America put their differences aside and they become friends again. They hug and everyone joins Nick Fury to destroy Thanos except 2 heroes, Doctor Strange and Thor. They leave. They go off on their own journey and exit the battle. Doctor Strange says that he doesn't have time for this and he feels like everyone's going to die anyway, so Doctor Strange just leaves. He's out. He's out of the picture. He's not in the fight. He's not joining the Infinity War, and Thor does the same thing as well. The rest of the team join Nick Fury's army to defeat Thanos. They then hear a giant explosion outside as we see Thanos arrives on Earth but is missing 2 Infinity Gems. The Avengers and heroes all look worried and scared before Vision says that he will handle the problem and goes to confront Thanos. Thanos looks at Vision's forehead and tells him that he needs the stone in his head. Vision gets an angry look and shoots Thanos with his little laser beam from the Mind Gem, and it does nothing. Thanos smiles and gets an angry look himself and then shoots Thanos smiles and gets an angry look himself and grabs Vision by the head and squeezes it until his head gets destroyed. Vision's head just pops, and he grabs the stone from Vision's head and plants it into his glove and steps over Vision's dead body. So yes, in this scene we get confirmation that Vision is going to be the first one to die. We see the other superheroes and he sees the other superheroes and asks them if they know where the other gem is. Like the final gem. The last gem for his glove is known as the Time Gem, which is it's able to manipulate time itself, and Thanos does not have it. We all know where that is. The rest of the heroes tell Thanos that they do not have it and leave Thanos angry. He starts destroying buildings and killing innocent people here. Iron Man and Captain America start to act and start to attack. Thanos pushes them back as the rest of the team attack. Captain Marvel, Black Panther, War Machine, Falcon, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Hulk, etc. All of them are fighting him. Thanos starts to fight back and attack them as well. He then uses... Sorry, I just lost... I keep losing it because it's all one big paragraph. It's not like split up sectionally, even though I should have split it up. It's all just one big thing. Anyway, he uses his powerful gems to shoot beams at them as the heroes are struggling to fight back. We get an 8-minute fight between the heroes and Thanos keeps pushing them back with like the force push, but it's like Infinity Glove push or something like that. As we see Hawkeye and Black Widow sneak up behind him. He quickly turns around and kicks Hawkeye through a building and grabs Black Widow by the throat. Hawkeye comes back out with a broken arm and leg as Thanos pushes him again with the glove through the street. Hawkeye then dies from no air as he's being suffocated under all the rubble through the street and all that. He looks at Black Widow and asks her to join him in his army. She says no and Thanos stabs her. That's so stupid! I just have to stop and pause for a second here. Why would he ask a mortal human, not anyone with superpowers, just a mortal human, if they would join... Oh, that's just so stupid. Sorry about that, guys. It's so cringy. The other heroes rush in, but know they cannot do anything. Thanos looks at all the heroes and says, "You have 1 week to find me my last Infinity Stone, or I will slaughter every man, woman, and child on this planet and leave no survivors." Thanos leaves as Tony and Nick Fury go over to Black Widow before she dies. Captain America and Ant-Man go over to Hawkeye, but it's too late for him as well, as they already realize this. Black Widow's dying words are to Nick Fury, as she says to keep your friends rich and your enemies rich, then wait to see which is which. And she eventually dies. If we don't remember that is actually a quote that I believe Ultron said back in Age of Ultron, and it has a lot of meaning to it and a lot of depth, so I just used it, and it's kind of cringy. Anyway. The heroes then regroup and go back inside Avengers Tower and try to discuss a plan to stop Thanos. They do not want to go out and find that other fucking Infinity Stone, they just want to find a way to kill him. Black Panther says that the heroes they have are now not enough to stop Thanos. He says they need more people on their side to fight the alien. He then says he will take Captain America to Africa to get his friend out to help join the fight and give him a new robotic arm, after Tony destroyed his last one. We, of course, know he's talking about the Winter Soldier. Peter Parker / Spider-Man then says he knows a guy from a deeper part of New York that is blind and knows another group of people that would join, probably. Peter leads Tony Stark to find that Matt Murdock is the man he's talking about, a.k.a. the Daredevil. He asks Matt, as Matt tells Tony about the Defenders. Tony says that that's not enough people. Then Matt says, "Well, we know an expert gunman named Frank. He might help," which of course is the Punisher. Well, where am I? Again, it's a big long thing. So yeah, he talks about the Punisher and blah 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 blah. We then cut to Africa, Wakanda, as Black Panther and Captain America thaw out Bucky and give him his new robotic arm. He wakes up and gladly helps them try to defeat Thanos. We now see that Bucky, for the most part, after his new arm, he actually has his full brain potential back, and he can remember stuff, and he's not being mind-controlled or brainwashed by Hydra anymore, and he basically controls his own mind now, and he knows what he's doing, so basically he's not brainwashed anymore, and his brain's back to normal. Where am I? Oh yeah, Nick Fury then calls Coulson to help with the team, and he accepts the offer and tries to call Doctor Strange and Thor, but they do not want to join again. Doctor Strange says no, he does not want to join, and Thor doesn't even pick up, even though he doesn't have a phone. I don't even know why I said he calls them. Like, how would he call Thor? Thor doesn't have a phone. Whatever. But they still don't want to join. Doctor Strange says no in a very angry tone. We then see Loki try to come in contact with his brother Thor and tells Thor that he has a plan to kill Thanos secretly. Thor says okay and tells his brother Loki to be careful. Thor watches Loki as Thanos is sitting on his throne. Thor, I guess, is like watching him secretly and can see Loki. I guess, I don't know what I was talking about here. We then see Loki come up behind him with a knife. His plan is to stab Thanos and steal the glove. Loki stabs him in the neck and the knife breaks. It doesn't even penetrate his neck. Thanos looks at him and says, "You were my servant. Did you try and kill me?" Loki smiles as Thanos grabs one of his arms with one of his hands and with... Wait, what the hell am I saying here? Loki smiles as Thanos grabs one of his arms with one hand and with the glove. Okay, so basically Thanos grabs Loki's arm with the glove that he has on and rips Loki in 2 pieces. What the fuck? That's way too adult for a Marvel movie. I don't know, maybe I wrote this like back when Deadpool came out because I thought everything should be rated R. Thor rages and yells in fear and agony at the sight of his brother's death. We then see Thor's father, played by Anthony Hopkins, fall and collapse after feeling his adopted son's death. Oh my god. Anyway, oh Jesus, this is so cringy. Thor then tells Nick Fury he decides he will join the fight. We see Nick Fury and all the other heroes meet the Defenders, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage. The Punisher also comes and tells them that guns won't be enough to stop an alien. Coulson tells Nick Fury that he has some friends that might want to help. After the Defenders join the Avengers team, Coulson leads Nick Fury to the prison cell, where we see Johnny Blaze, aka the Ghost Rider, and we see Black Bolt from the Humans ABC show. The two accept Fury's offer and join the team. Nick is going around talking to everyone he can to help join the fight here. We then catch up with the Guardians of the Galaxy for their second scene, who are discussing the weird messages they received from Thanos, where he got into their mind and told them that everything will be destroyed. We see a funny scene where Drax goes crazy about how he wants to kill Thanos, and Peter and Rocket calm him down. How is that fucking funny? Who the fuck would find that funny? Anyway, Gamora leaves the group to go talk to Thanos, her father. Thanos wants her to stay, but Gamora says she has a plan to kill some of the heroes that she knows. We are of course led to believe she will trick the Guardians and kill them and betray them, but she doesn't. She of course is tricking her father, and Thanos says okay and tells her he is going to Earth to destroy and kill the heroes, and we need to take over the planet. Basically, Thanos tells his daughter Gamora that he is going to travel to Earth and destroy it and kill everyone. Basically tells that to Gamora. Gamora leaves and tells Star-Lord that Thanos is going to some weird planet called Earth, but she mispronounces it and Star-Lord corrects her and tells everyone to get ready, saying that they are going to Earth. He's taking the Guardians to Earth. We see a quick scene where they all get ready to get their weapons and outfits ready, and they get inside Star-Lord's ship, the Milano, and start taking off and heading to Earth. We then cut to 5 new heroes who we have not seen before in the MCU, and we see them join Nick Fury. We have a hero named Nova, who is a space pirate, kind of like Star-Lord. We see a woman named Jennifer Walters, who was given Captain America's Super Soldier Serum and was given a dose of Hulk's blood. She now turns into the Hulk and is known as the She-Hulk. We see a Pakistani woman named Asale Bukhari, who was given the powers of Spider-Man, named Spider-Woman. We see Thunderbolt Ross, who took a vial of Hulk's DNA and liquid, and as he injected it into his neck, you remember who he is. I literally just said we didn't see these 5 heroes in the MCU, but we obviously know who fucking Thunderbolt Ross is. So anyway, Thunderbolt Ross turns into Hulk that's red, so Red Hulk. Lastly, we see Daredevil's love interest, Elektra. We've also seen her in the Marvel Universe. What the fuck? This is bullshit. I do not know what I'm talking about here. We've seen those two in the MCU, yet I say, 5 heroes we haven't seen in the MCU. I'm ranting about myself. Anyway, sorry if that's annoying. They agree to join as well, and we see a new character in a new scene. Bill Murray is now playing the gardener. He is on a new planet named Clintar, and we see him living in a little house surrounded by flowers and a giant waterfall. A portal opens up as we see Thanos come out of it and walk towards the gardener. Thanos asks the gardener about the last Infinity Gem he is missing. The gardener says he doesn't know what he's talking about and asks Thanos where he got the orange stone from. Thanos reveals after a long conversation that he killed the gardener's family and stole the orange stone from them. The gardener is mad and attacks Thanos before we see a scene from the comics where Thanos makes a tree and a tree branch grows out of the gardener's body, instantly killing him. What? Was that in the comics, or am I just making that shit up? What the fuck? Okay. So basically, Thanos creates a tree inside the gardener's body, and it basically kills him. Like, it puts him... All the tree branches grow through his body, and it kills him and stuff. He leaves. Thanos leaves. We see the Guardians arrive in New York, where we see another funny scene where Star-Lord laughs, and he is very excited about that he gets to see Earth again, which he has not seen in years, as we obviously know. He walks through New York, and we get another funnier scene where everyone walking laughs at him for his ridiculous clothes he is wearing, and they are scared that there is a walking tree, talking raccoon, and a green woman and man. Whew, I'm talking too fast here. Star-Lord finds Captain America and starts freaking out that he's a huge fan, and what the fuck. I need to just stop. Let me go get a drink of water, guys. I will be right back. Alright, I got my water. Sorry about that. Alright, where the fuck were we? Starts freaking out that he's a huge fan of Captain America. Yeah. Captain America asks Star-Lord who he is and who his team are, and asks if they are interested in helping the Avengers. Star-Lord accepts the deal, not knowing who the Avengers are, and goes with Cap. Cap leads them to the Avengers. Tony Stark yells, "Oh my god, why is there a talking rat with you?" Rocket tackles Tony as the two fight. I'm not laughing because it's funny, I'm laughing because it's fucking stupid. Hold on, gotta drink of water. Fuck, I dropped it. I spilled it. Groot tackles him, or not Groot, Rocket tackles Tony as the two fight, with Tony winning. Tony kicks the raccoon to the ground as Groot comes around the corner and sees Tony. We get another funny moment where Tony is scared of the talking tree and drops his drink and runs away. Script, why the fuck does he have a drink? He's just attacking a raccoon! He has a fucking drink now? What's it, the fucking raccoon's piss? Rocket? Is it his fucking jizz? Oh shit, this is so retarded. I'm not saying that in an offensive way. I guess I shouldn't use retarded because it's considered offensive now, but... oh well. I'm not offended. I hope I don't offend anyone out there. Anyway, some shenanigans happen as we see them all bonding and coming together, getting ready to fight Thanos. Again, the only hero who is not there is Doctor Strange, who has the last Infinity Gem, but Thanos doesn't know that. Nick Fury gives a speech on how the Avengers and the people of Earth will stop Thanos at all costs. They will be the ones to kill those purple beasts. And we get this epic scene where Nick Fury is saying, "If we die for Earth." Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I had to sneeze. Sorry about that. Yeah, so we get that epic scene. Blah, 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 blah. Drax gets mad and says he is not from Earth, but says he will be the one to kill Thanos. Gamora then gets mad and says she will kill Thanos. Then the Avengers say that they will kill Thanos, and everyone just has a big argument on who's going to kill Thanos. Everyone says who's going to kill Thanos. Blah, 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 blah. Fuck. Then the Avengers say they will kill Thanos, and the group of heroes get into a big argument. Nick Fury stops the fighting, saying they will need to save it for Thanos. Everyone is now ready to fight. The Guardians go outside and send a message to Thanos telling him to come to Earth. Not the Guardians, though. Gamora does it. Gamora sends the letter to Thanos, saying, "I'm on Earth, come destroy it, except for me, because I'm your daughter." Blah, 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 fuck. Water. Sorry about that. Thanos, he gets the message and listens to his daughter Gamora. He opens up a portal to New York City and comes out. Gamora runs to her father as he screams, "Where is the other gem you promised?" Blah, 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 blah. Thanos screams. Nick Fury abruptly says he does not have it, and Thanos is incredibly mad as he runs, but then stops abruptly when he sees every hero in the Marvel Cinematic Universe come out of hiding. Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Falcon, War Machine, Spider-Man, Scarlet Witch, Ant-Man, Wasp, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Star-Lord, Groot, Gamora, Rocket, Drax, Ghost Rider, Punisher, Daredevil, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Marvel Douglas's character. I didn't say his name. Hank Pym, not Michael Douglas's character. That's what it's named. Michael Douglas's character. It's just Hank Pym. Hank Pym, Maria Hill, Nick Fury, Coulson, Elektra, Bucky, Nova, She-Hulk, Red Hulk, and Spider-Woman. Thanos looks around as the audience thinks he's worried, but then he smiles and says that the heroes will be no issue at all. From this point, the battle begins, and Thanos starts attacking, and right as the fight starts, two characters are killed. Michael Douglas's Hank Pym and his daughter, aka the Wasp. They both die. Hank Pym is mad and shrinks down as he starts punching at Thanos. Tony tells Ant-Man to shrink down and try to steal the gems out of, the glove. He tells him to shrink down and go on the glove and just steal the gems. Water. From this point on in the video, if I just say water, I'm just going to get a drink of water real quick, so. Anyway. Where was I? Fuck. So yeah, Tony tells Ant-Man to shrink down and try and steal the gems and take his power away. Everyone starts attacking Thanos, and no one is dying. So that's a good sign, right? We then see Doctor Strange in his palace and his mansion, and he's watching the news and is seeing the destruction. He looks out his window and sees all the fire and mayhem, but he still says he doesn't want to join the fight because he knows everyone's going to get killed. So basically he just sits down and turns the TV, and we see his arrogance come out like in the movie Doctor Strange. But he still says he doesn't want to enter the fight. Wait, I just read that. Fuck. We then cut back to the fight as we see Ant-Man pull out 2 of the Infinity Gems. The Purple Gem and the Mind Gem. Okay, let me just stop right here. Only immortals, or like, only aliens or beasts or interdimensional beings can pull out Infinity Stones, or even touch the Power Stone. So how is Ant-Man not dying here? So yeah, he basically takes out the Purple Gem and the Mind Gem, the Power Gem and the Mind Gem, the Yellow Gem. Thanos sees the shrunken Ant-Man and stomps on him. So that's how Ant-Man dies. He doesn't, die from touching the Power Gem. He just dies from getting squished. Anyway, he squishes and kills Ant-Man when he squishes him. The gems are floating, and Hulk runs and grabs the Yellow Stone, keeping it safe. Star-Lord runs at the Purple Stone and grabs it. We already know he can hold it, but I don't understand how, Ant-Man can hold it. Hold on, water break. Hold on again, water break, I need more. Oh, that's much better. Whew. Oh, what the fuck? Where am I? Okay, the Purple Stone starts attacking Peter's body. Rocket sees that Peter is in trouble and runs after him, but Peter explodes and dies. Rocket is caught in the blast and his arm is blown off in the process. Groot runs towards his best friend, but Thanos catches him and breaks Groot's head off and destroys his whole body with some sort of beam from all of the Infinity Stones. He also kills Rocket. Wow. That's brutal. We see a scene of Star-Lord in a white t-shirt and skinny jeans. White skinny jeans and a white t-shirt. He's holding his music player and his in a shiny white room. We hear someone say Peter. Peter turns around and sees his mother with hair and no cancer. Wow, I really described her mother. No cancer. She hugs him and says, "It's okay, you're safe now, baby." Blah 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 blah. Back to the fight. Gamora and Drax notice the Guardians are dead and run with each other to hide. Gamora starts crying over the loss of Star-Lord, and Drax helps her cope with her loss, saying he has lost not only his spouse but his children too, and tells her to continue fighting because the one who killed her lover is also the one who killed Drax's family. Gamora hugs Drax as the two go back to fight Thanos. Drax runs at Thanos before Thanos grabs him by the throat and throws him through 4 buildings, paralyzing him and killing him instantly. Thanos regains his Infinity Gems that he lost and gets back into battle. Thor calls lightning to his new hammer and shocks Thanos with it. New hammer? What the fuck? Did I somehow know that he was going to lose his hammer? Oh, maybe I edited it back when I saw the Thor Ragnarok. Water, by the way. Shit. Dropped it again. I guess I'll clean that up later. Anyway, he calls it with his new hammer and destroys it into Thanos. What the fuck? Where was I? Thor calls lightning to his new hammer and shocks Thanos with it. It seems to be working too. Thor flies at the giant purple alien and throws his hammer at his head, destroying Thanos' helmet. Thanos gets up and is now angrier than ever. His eyes are pure red and flames are coming out. Purple flames are coming out of his eyes, like little purple flames. Hold on, I gotta burp. Yeah. Thanos dashes at Thor and punches him several times with the Infinity Gauntlet. Thor is knocked out. I don't know how he did not fucking die from that. Don't ask. Thanos throws him to the street with the other heroes fighting back. Thanos keeps pushing them back with his glove. Thanos then holds all the heroes down as he tells them all they will be forced to witness the death of Thor. He has them all pinned down. They can't move because he uses his glove and all the infinity gems to just hold them down. He just, like, keeps them restrained with his glove. Hold on, water. The Avengers are mad and screaming that they cannot help Thor. They are trying to get loose, and Thanos stomps on Thor's new hammer and destroys it into hundreds of pieces. Thor regains consciousness and puts his hand up, trying to stop Thanos. He then grabs Thor's arm and breaks it. He then fires a beam of energy from his glove into Thor's chest. A giant hole is burned through Thor, and he dies. Thanos then says, "Back to it!" Like Negan, I guess. Like he's fucking Negan. It's like, back to it! As he lets all the heroes free and begins the fight again. Everyone is trying to kill Thanos now, and is as if they weren't trying to kill him before. And Thanos, in trying to warn him by doing whatever they can, trying to harm him by doing whatever they can, and none of it is working. Thanos then opens another portal to space, and has over 300 aliens coming to help him. I guess it's the Black Order or something like that. Most of the heroes start fighting off the aliens, while Captain America, Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, Nova, She-Hulk, Red Hulk, and Elektra fight Thanos. She-Hulk and Red Hulk tag team fight. Thanos seems to be losing as Nova, Spider-Woman, Elektra, and Captain America help the two Hulks fight Thanos off. Thanos gets back up and breaks She-Hulk's spine over his leg. He then grabs Red Hulk by the face as he turns it into General Thunderbolt Ross. The fuck? He is a human now, and Thanos snaps his neck. As he wouldn't do something much worse than just snapping his neck. Spider-Woman is killed as well. Spider-Man swings in to save the other heroes and webs Thanos' gauntlet to a brick wall. Spidey then tries to break the glove and destroy the stones. He doesn't destroy the stones, he tries to. Thanos laughs and rips through the web. Peter tries to run away and swing away, and Captain America then yells, "Don't hurt the kid." Thanos smiles and takes Spider-Man and throws him through the street. He is already dead, but Thanos keeps messing with the corpse and rips off the mask of Spider-Man, revealing to the world that he is Spider-Man. Oh my god, just like the Civil War comic. Fuck! Alright, water time. This video, or not this video, but like, this pitch sucks. I'm sorry, but this is my old pitch and it fucking sucks. It's terrible. Anyway, after he reveals to the world as Spider-Man, that Peter's Spider-Man, Peter's aunt is so shocked and surprised he is Spider-Man as she watches the news at home. That is bullshit. Again, spoilers for Spider-Man. That was Eric, sorry. Again, spoilers for Spider-Man Homecoming, but Aunt May already figured out that he was Spider-Man at the end of the movie, so that kind of just falls out of frame of this pitch. Alright, this sucks because I'm almost out of water and I'm going to need it for this pitch. Jesus. So anyway, yeah, like I said, she already knows that he's Spider-Man, so yeah, that kind of just falls out of the pitch. Oh, where was I? The other heroes are killing all of the aliens, just like the original Avengers, and Tony starts talking to Falcon and War Machine, saying that this could be the day where the Avengers don't avenge and they lose the battle. That's actually kind of a good line. I'm not even going to lie. That's kind of good. That's kind of a good line. There are only about 100 aliens left, and War Machine is falling around and is flying around, not falling around, what the fuck, is flying around and is shot by an alien with his rifle as War Machine's suit fails and he falls again like in Civil War. However, Rhodes this time does not survive the fall. He in fact dies. Tony in this scene breaks down. He stops fighting and goes to Rhodes. He sits there with his best friend and removes his helmet, and there's blood all over Tony actually in this scene. There's blood all over his like hands and all that because he's trying to help his buddy up. And Tony where was I? Tony breaks down, he stops fighting and goes to Rhodes, blah, 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 blah. He sits there with his dead best friend and removes the helmet. Falcon and Bucky try to get Tony back into the fight, but he refuses. Falcon walks over to Tony, but is shot in the head along with Bucky, who was blown up by a grenade. Tony starts crying. What the fuck? We get a sad scene where he is narrating, telling everyone in the audience that this is the end of the Avengers as we know it, and that this is the day that all the heroes died. He says something like how Jim Gordon says it in Batman Arkham Knight trailer. This is how it happened. This is how the Avengers died. Tony looks around after all the aliens are dead except Thanos. There are more dead heroes as well. Maria Hill, Scarlet Witch, Punisher, Ghost Rider, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist are all dead. Captain America tries to talk to Thanos, saying that he doesn't have to do this. Saying he does not have to kill anyone. Thanos doesn't attack. He starts to listen to Cap for some reason. Cap tries to talk to him and asks him why is he doing this. Thanos shakes his head and starts smiling, saying he has to impress his love, somehow. The woman he loves is death herself, and Thanos' job is to stop and kill humanity. Gamora tries to sneak up behind her father, and Thanos doesn't notice his daughter behind him. Water, hold on. This may be my last sip, too. Okay, sorry about that. Where was I? Oh yeah. Gamora starts to sneak up behind Thanos, but Thanos doesn't notice his daughter behind him. He is talking to Captain America, saying he has to kill all the heroes, and he's sorry about it, but he has to. Gamora yells and jumps up as she stabs Thanos straight in the head with her sword. Thanos turns around and impales his daughter by shoving his fist through her stomach. He notices that he has killed his daughter. He didn't know he killed his daughter before, and he just now notices it, and he falls to his knees, holding Gamora. He tries to revive his daughter and tells Death to bring her back, bring her back to life. Please. He asks Death to please bring her back to life, but that, of course, does not work. Thanos starts crying over the death of his favorite daughter, Gamora. Captain America puts his shield up and starts walking towards Thanos. Thanos then fires an energy laser at Cap, and he blocks it with his shield. Thanos puts his daughter on the street and goes back to fighting Cap. Captain America blocks everything that Thanos throws at him with his shield. Thanos says that his shield is cheating and punches his unbreakable shield with his Infinity Gauntlet. The shield cracks down the middle as Thanos punches it again and again and again, this time breaking the shield into two pieces before Thanos kills Captain America. Daredevil, Nick Fury, Hulk, Tony, Coulson, Nova, the Black Bolt are the only heroes alive. Wait, I thought Nova was dead. Who cares? Anyway, so yeah. Daredevil, Nick Fury, Hulk, Tony, Coulson, Nova, and Black Bolt are the only ones still alive. Nick tells Coulson to leave before anything bad happens to him. Coulson declines, but Nick tells him to just go. Coulson leaves the fight and is not harmed. Fury goes out into the battle and tells the alien just to kill him. That is not something Fury would do, probably. So yeah, Fury goes out in the battle and tells the alien just to kill him. He tells Thanos that he is going to lose anyway and tells Thanos to just kill him. I already said that, but okay. Thanos laughs and kills Nick like he told him to do. He uses one of his gems to kill Nick. Where the fuck was I? Thanos thinks he has won. So Thanos thinks he's won the battle. He doesn't see any more heroes. Tony tries to call Matt Murdock with his phone, but he does not answer as it shows Matt's phone lying on the ground with no one there. Matt's dead body is right next to his phone under a destroyed building under a bunch of rocks and bricks, so we now know that Daredevil died. Hulk turns back into Bruce Banner and tries to talk to Thanos as well. Bruce tells Thanos that he cannot be killed due to him being the Hulk, and anytime he gets hurt, he just turns into the Hulk and he can't be killed. Thanos says he doubts that and picks up Bruce and throws him into space. Throws him into space. What the fuck? Bruce's body freezes in space and is left in the open. Black Bolt tries to fly away from the fight, but Thanos shoots him down and says to himself, maybe the heroes aren't dead. Tony comes out from behind a destroyed wall and looks around him. He comes out of his Iron Man suit, and he sees that every hero is dead. The Avengers have lost, the Guardians have lost, the Defenders have lost, everyone is dead. It is now just Tony and Thanos. They're the only ones alive. Even though I said that Nova was still alive and a couple other people were still alive. But whoop-de-doo, we'll just say this. So the only ones that are still alive are Thanos and Tony. All the citizens have left New York City, and the only two people left are Tony and Thanos. You're still alive. Thanos asks Tony. You've lost. Thanos tells Tony. Tony nods his head yes that they've lost, and Thanos says, "You're okay with this?" Tony nods and says he will be in a better place soon, while the poor innocent souls of Earth are left here to die. Soon they will join us too. Then eventually you will die. You will not join us though. A far worse path has already been chosen for you. You may think you have won, but that's not the case here. You lose in the end. Life takes us all away. You can kill us, you can take everyone's life away, you can take away my tricks and toys, you can take away New York from us, but the one thing that you can't take away from me is that I am Iron Man. That cheesy line, though! Anyway, he says, the one thing you can't take away from me is that I am Iron Man. Another thing is that we are the Avengers. And most of all, you can't take away us from each other. We're like family. So if you're going to kill me, go right ahead, is what Tony says to Thanos. Thanos says, okay, and he throws a punch at Thanos. Or he throws a punch at Tony. But everyone listen closely. This is the best part of my pitch. I don't have any water left, so I'm going to have to get through this without having to drink any water. So get ready, guys. This is the best part of the pitch. Armin, Comic Book Cast, listen to this, because we're on the same page here. So he throws a punch as Tony slowly closes his eyes. We see a slow motion shot where he throws a punch and it goes in slow motion. Thanos is punching Tony and it goes in slow motion. Tony closes his eyes in slow motion and everything. But before Tony is killed, the man who started the Marvel Universe, you know, Iron Man, he's the one who started the Marvel Universe. He had the first movie. He's about to die. He closes his eyes. And before Tony's killed, everything stops. Nothing's going on. Thanos stops midair. His fist is no longer coming towards Tony's face. It just stops. Everything stops. Everything. Yeah. Thanos' fist stops midair. Everything stops. Time itself stops. The camera then slowly turns as we see Doctor Strange has entered the battle and is using the green time stone to stop Thanos from harming Tony. Everyone in the audience, everyone watching the movie just shits their pants and just erupts. And that would be such a cool scene to see, is that everything stops and then the camera just slowly turns as we see Doctor Strange doing that thing with his hands with the green time stone. Where am I? Doctor Strange has entered the battle and is using the green time stone to stop Thanos from harming Tony. Thanos' eye twitches as the audience laughs. We then get a... Hold on. We then get a scene... Where the fuck am I? Hold on. He stops Thanos from harming Tony. Thanos' eye twitches as the audience laughs during that scene. We get a really cool moment where Strange lifts the green stone. When Strange lifts the green stone he has and tells Thanos, "Looking for this, you fool?" Strange says to Thanos. Thanos screams as Strange kills Thanos with the green time gem and removes the gauntlet with his magic. What the fuck am I? What? Hold on. I gotta. Hold on, guys. I didn't understand what I just read. I have to go back and then I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, guys. So yeah, I just found out where I was supposed to read, and it all makes sense. So basically, Thanos screams as Strange kills Thanos with the green time gem and removes the gauntlet with his magic. He removes Thanos' gauntlet from his arm. Thanos is dead. He's gone. Strange runs over to Tony as Stark collapses to the ground. Strange holds Tony as Stark tells Strange that they have lost. Strange says, "No, we have won." But Tony tells Strange to look around and look at all the dead heroes. Strange tells Stark that Thanos is dead and they have won. Stark smiles and says, "Yeah, I guess you're right." Tony Stark dies in Strange's hands. Doctor Strange then closes his eyes and looks at the green Infinity Stone he has. Stephen then gets up and tells himself he knows what he has to do. He then has to do the right thing. He starts then reversing time. He goes back in time. Thanos is now back to life, but Stephen goes back even further now, and all the heroes are back. He basically manipulates time and goes way back in time to the point where every one of the heroes are still alive. Now they're all back, and none of the heroes have died because they're all back. He went back in time, and they're all still alive. Stephen then keeps the time as the heroes come together to surround Thanos. Stephen holds Thanos down and removes the Infinity Gauntlet from Thanos' left hand. Or right hand, wherever it's on. Thanos has now lost all of his power. They remove his helmet as well, and as Tony and Captain America arrest Thanos and put him in a room in the Avengers Tower. All the heroes then come together and sit in a room where Nick congratulates the team for their victory against Thanos. After the meeting is over, Tony tells the other heroes that he's fully retiring as he is no longer going to be Iron Man, saying he is getting too old. He's basically he's gonna get married to Pepper Potts. They're just gonna go away forever and just live together happily ever after. Captain follows by saying he will retire as well. All the Avengers then decide to retire as well, except for Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. The newer heroes don't retire, like the older heroes retire. The Guardians will go back to space except Star-Lord, who stays on Earth. Thor goes back to Asgard to see his father and notices his brother is still alive. Since he reversed time, Strange reverses time. Thor goes back to Asgard as we see his father and notices his brother still alive. The two brothers hug each other and Loki cries. Bruce Banner finds a cure for his mutation and decides to cure it, knowing he will no longer be the Hulk anymore. Peter goes back to school. Nick Fury decides to shut down S.H.I.E.L.D. and live a normal life outside of his government standards. Doctor Strange starts teaching Scarlet Witch how to use her powers better with magic and control it. She-Hulk and Thunderbolt Ross get the cure from Bruce and they live normal lives. Nova goes back to space. The Defenders all split and go their separate ways, with Matt and Jessica, who become a couple. The Punisher also retires and goes on a tropical vacation. Everyone is doing fine. The movie ends with Nick throwing Tony a surprise wedding for his fiancée Pepper Potts. Everyone is there, and the movie ends wrapping up with Tony's wedding. That is the end of the movie, but that's not it, because there are 10 fucking end credit scenes. Like Guardians of the Galaxy, that had 5. This one has 10. 10 fucking end credit scenes. That may be too much, but let's get through these 10 end credit scenes so we can get through this fucking stupid pitch. Alright, so let's get through these 10 end credit scenes. Before the end credit scenes... before they start playing, the words pop up after the credits saying the Marvel heroes will return before we go to our first end credit scene. The first scene shows deep space. We expect to see the Guardians, but we do not. Instead, we see a portal open up, and an object comes out of the portal, revealing that the object is a shiny surfboard, hinting at the arrival of the Silver Surfer. The second scene shows Peter at school one day as he goes to lunch with his friends. A portal opens up in front of him, showing a new character named Quentin Beck, who is dressed in a metal green suit with a purple cape and a glass dome for a head, revealing new character Mysterio. Peter runs to the bathroom, and while he is doing so, he unbuttons his shirt, revealing the Spider-Man suit underneath as the scene ends. The third scene shows Captain America training in an empty gym lifting weights. A person walks by, played by Simon Pegg. Simon Pegg. He's in the movie. He reveals that he is in charge of a team in the United Kingdom of London, and wants Captain America to join. Captain declines the offer, saying he has a team already, but he's already retired. He asks the British man who he is. He says his name is Brian Braddock, and the scene ends. The fourth, by the way, if you don't know who Brian Braddock is, he's Captain Britain, a Marvel hero named Captain Britain. The fourth scene shows Tony sitting in his house with his wife, Pepper. Pepper goes to get a drink, and Tony turns on the news, showing that there is a new threat on the rise, named the Mandarin. The actual Mandarin. Tony gets up and says it's time to come out of retirement. As he goes to his lab and turns on his Iron Man suit, he turns it on, and the scene ends hinting at Iron Man 4. The fifth scene shows Peter, aka Star-Lord, return to his childhood house where his mom died. He starts crying after seeing the house he had not been in since 1988. He goes upstairs and goes to the attic and finds a box named Peter's Christmas. He then opens it to find a small box. He opens it and finds a small box. Peter opens it, revealing a new Walkman and the Awesome Mix Volume 3. The scene then ends. The sixth scene reveals a new building being built next to Avengers Tower. I already mentioned this in my Fantastic Four pitch. If you guys want to go check that out, check out my main channel. It basically reveals a new building being built next to Avengers Tower called the Baxter Building. Nick Fury goes outside and asks the businessman who is standing watching, played by John Hamm. Nick asks the man in the suit what's going on, and the man in the suit says his new office is being built and shakes Nick's hand, saying his name is Reed Richards. The scene ends. The seventh scene reveals the Infinity Gauntlet inside the History Museum. Someone breaks the glass case and steals the glove with all the gems in it, and he leaves. The scene ends. The eighth scene reveals Tony was the one who stole the glove. We see Tony take the yellow gem out of the glove and puts it in a box. He starts building something and puts the gem in the top of the box and shoots lightning at the box with the help of Thor. Thor shoots lightning at the box. Tony smiles as he says, "Hello, Vision." Hello, Vision, revealing that he is building a new Vision. Blah, 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 blah. The ninth scene shows Thanos in prison with nothing around him. Thanos is in a locked glass containment cell, and it's unbreakable. He can't break it. We see a mysterious hooded figure walk up to the glass case and destroy it. Thanos smiles as it is revealed the new character named Eros has broken him out, and the two open a portal back to space, revealing that Avengers 4 is coming. The 10th and final scene opens with Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange. Scarlet Witch goes to her brother's tombstone where he has died, and it shows that his grave is not there. It's empty. It's revealed that Doctor Strange has reversed time so that her brother, aka Quicksilver, is now alive and joins the Avengers. The movie and scene end there. The end. Thank God we got through this cringy-ass video and pitch. Anyway, guys, that was my pitch for Avengers Infinity War. I know it was cringy. I wrote this last year. I think I wrote it when Deadpool came out. Or something like that. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed the pitch, or if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. I know it's probably going to be a very, very long video, considering it's a very long pitch. Leave your pitches and your own ideas for Avengers Infinity War down below. And Armin, if you're watching this, hi, I'm a big fan. Comic Book Cast. I'm never gonna be as big ever, but you're still a very, very big inspiration for me. So thanks everyone for watching, and Armin, if you're watching, hi. If you guys enjoyed, please like and subscribe. It really does help me out a lot. I'll talk to you guys in the next video, and maybe even the next pitch or something comic book related. Bye, guys.